In today's video, we're continuing our coverage on the MonsterVerse, Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. This channel at the moment is turned into a MonsterVerse channel, but don't worry, it's not just going to be MonsterVerse stuff, but it kind of looks that way at the moment. So yo, what is freaking good YouTube? Wish you have your newer animation subscribe to never miss any of the kaiju, MonsterVerse, Marvel, DC, Bop, Godzilla-based content that I'm trying to cover on a daily basis. If you're new around, make sure to subscribe, turn notifications on, and let me know down below. There is a sequence in this trailer that I've not seen anybody talk about this. Exactly 1 minute 42. There is something that hits the ground on Earth, obviously not in Hollow Earth. And I think this could be the Titan. I obviously don't need to give spoiler warnings because the title makes it clear we're talking spoilers. So there is supposed to be a character appearing or returning in the MonsterVerse. 142. What is it? We're going to talk about that because I think it's interesting. So if you could check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also you could check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, aka WarstuG. Right, let's get into this video. So the trailer's been out just over 1 week now. And it's got over 20 million views on the Warner Bros. Pictures video alone, that's crazy. That is real big numbers for a MonsterVerse-based movie. So, Godzilla -1 comes out officially in the United Kingdom this Friday. I will be watching it. I've not seen any spoilers for it thus far. Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to review it? Because it's already been out that long in America, I don't know if it's worth doing it, but I am really looking forward to it because the reviews reckon it's one of the best movies. Reviews say it's better than Shin Godzilla. In fact, the reviews just say it's a great movie, taken out the side that it's a Toho movie. The reviews just say it's a great movie. So, do you want me to review it on this coming Friday? So, there's a lot of things happening in this trailer. And even though we've done probably like 4 or 5 videos in a row, we reviewed Rebel Moon, went to the premiere of that on Thursday night, and we've done some other videos. But there is still so much to talk about in said trailer. So, ScarKing, right? What's his motivations? What's the lad trying to do? Now, there are some parallels and some similarities to the Lion King. As we know, in Lion King, ScarKing has a tribe. Scar has a tribe of hyenas, I believe it is. So it's almost to me like, is this movie ripping off Lion King? But let's be honest, Lion King ripped something else off. So let's be honest. But we'll come back to that. So I will first want to focus on this part here because careful with spoilers. Apparently Mothra is supposed to be in this movie, but we already know that. But there was some new information that came out recently. No, we're not on about Shimu. That says this. According to leaks on Toho Kingdom, which can be reliable, there will be a Titan for the first time in live action from the comics, will appear in Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, and will fight Godzilla in the Glazers through the source. They did not reveal who it is. So, it's interesting. So, that's why in the prologue, I told you to go to exactly 1 minute 42 in said trailer. Is it Silas's legs? The spider-like creature. Is that true? We don't know. But that's a spider-like creature that has huge legs. I mean, sure, the legs look slightly different to the images that we have on various sources. If you actually look up the character Silas, there are some other characters that people have suggested in this post I'm reading. But the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm specifically referring to the sequence at 142, which before that, we have some kind of underground, pinkish, glowing scene where we see Gia, and then it's interesting because the next sequence is actually this. So is this to do with the actual sequence when we see the crazy stuff? Pink. So ironically, it's the same color that Godzilla transforms to Super Saiyan. But we see the sequence, then we see a bunch of people screaming, which apparently, I mean, it could be Rome, it could be Brazil, it could be anywhere. But this sequence is interesting because I get sent stuff on Twitter from what people were talking about to do with MonsterVerse. I get sent a lot of stuff. I've not seen one single person talking about this. Now, it looks like it's potentially in Rome. Potentially, but it could be a lot of things because it's apparently Godzilla will fight said character, so it doesn't independently have to be the sequence that I'm showing you, or potentially maybe that's linked to ScarKing's actual plan in said movie. So it could be Time Tet who Godzilla fights with. It could be the bat-like creature known Kamazoots. I might be saying it wrong, and we're famous for saying things wrong, but it's interesting because I don't know if said scene at 1 minute 42 when there's some leg creature could be what it's referring to. I don't know, but it's interesting because we know these creatures potentially could show up, and Toho Kingdom is fairly decent leak, and in the initial plot leak information I have, that's already out there on multiple platforms. I'm not ruining anything that isn't already out there. It did say a fan favorite character would show up. Now, the wording's very loose, so this doesn't actually mean it is referring to Mothra. Could be referring to one from said comic books that's not showing up in live action. Live action, does that mean actually Monarch TV show? Or does it mean live action as in the movie? So that's pretty cool. So everyone seems to think ScarKing's motivation is to turn the whole of Earth into Hollow Earth. Now, I don't understand why people think that ScarKing is going to be trying to turn the whole of Earth into Hollow Earth. Now, we already know there's multiple sinkholes. We've seen this with the fight in Godzilla vs Kong. We see this actually in the trailer where it looks like there's some kind of sinkhole just around about the pyramids in Egypt. And that's most likely where Shimu is going to be, because you can literally see it. And obviously it looks like potentially Godzilla may get froze and that may cause him to go Super Saiyan. But I don't actually think people understand why ScarKing is going to be such a threat in this movie. It's not actually anything to do with what he's doing. It's to do with the fact how influential he's been throughout all of the MonsterVerse movies without us actually knowing it was him. That's the threat here. He's always been around. The same with Shimu, who apparently is the first Titan who caused the Ice Age, and his name is Frozen or White in Japanese or some variants of that. It's going around the Twitter sphere and around the Reddit sphere. So obviously that character's gonna have ice breath and can freeze things, and he froze King Ghidorah. So the actual this is what is gonna be interesting about the marketing, is are they just gonna throw the motivation out there? Like, what is ScarKing actually going to do? Because in the first trailer, it looks like ScarKing approaches thus Kong, thus King Kong, thus the MonsterVerse Kong that we've known throughout the history of the MonsterVerse. But it doesn't actually insinuate they're going to fight. It looks like he walks up to him. But the whole movie can't be just based around ScarKing wanting to beat Kong up, can it? Because we already know from the bones in that place where Kong shimmies down and he sees lots of bones. It can't just be a movie about Godzilla teaming up with Kong, because let's be honest, that would just be a replication of Godzilla vs Kong, where Kong and Godzilla had to team up to take out the boy, the mechanical Mecha Godzilla. So there's got to be much more to this story than just a team-up movie, because we don't know if Shimu is actually bad. He can be controlled. The internet, the Reddit sphere, the Twitter sphere is saying via telekinesis, via the whip, but we don't actually know how true or untrue that is. So I haven't necessarily said the motivations. I've said the motivations that I see going around the Twitter sphere and that I see in comments and stuff, but realistically, there's no information about what is ScarKing actually doing. Does he really want to sinkhole the whole of Earth into the Hollow Earth, which means he would have more territory to reign and be said king? We don't know. And everyone keeps saying Godzilla is going to kill Shimu, but are you sure it's not Shimu is going to kill ScarKing? Because Godzilla is neither a hero or a villain. He kind of does what he wants to do. Sometimes he destroys complete cities. Sometimes he helps them out. It's interesting. That's why we keep making MonsterVerse content, because the comment section's very interesting. There's so many unanswered questions, and I don't really care for the actual reason of what's going on in the sense of, but it is interesting. It's more of a conversation. What is going on? Why does ScarKing want to apparently take over the whole Earth? I don't think that's actually going to be the case. And I think potentially, but then it means it's got to be another character. It won't be obviously when Shimu can't control ScarKing, because predominantly he's not going to be able to do it for the whole movie. It's not going to be Godzilla and Shimu and Kong taking on ScarKing. And ScarKing does have a tribe. People keep saying he doesn't. Let's be honest, lads, that whole trailer does not show everything. It only shows what they want you to see. And the fact we've had official releases, well, official leak releases of Shimu tells us they're going to have to, he's literally in the first trailer. So maybe there is another villain out there. Maybe, okay, I know I've been saying this for a long time. Space Godzilla's going to appear in this movie. No, he's not. Shimu is very similar to Space Godzilla. Now, Shimu is basically like Space Godzilla without being from space. And I get it. I mean, over a year ago, I said Space Godzilla. In fact, Christmas time last year, I said Space Godzilla was going to be the movie. Sure, I got that part wrong, but Shimu is pretty similar. So what is ScarKing's motivation? I've not seen anyone actually come out with anything other than ScarKing's motivation is just that he wants to take over the whole world. I mean, really, that would be the cheesiest thing ever. So if you could let me know down below, what is ScarKing's motivation? He's got to have some kind of motivation for doing this. So let me know. What is said new character? Who is it going to be? Tiamat? Or is it going to be the bat-like creature? Who is it going to be? I really hope that information is cool because we know there's the jackals, there's the orchid, there's a lot of different monsters in this. TITANS Doug is going to appear in this movie. There's going to be a lot more than just ScarKing and Shimu. That's why the Hollow Earth is going to be cool. The runtime needs to be insane so then we can get as many monsters in this movie as possible. Because that's one thing I think these MonsterVerse movies lack is, cool we get Godzilla, cool we get Kong, but we want to see a bunch of other monsters or creatures in Hollow Earth. And the director basically told us that would be the case. So also, let me know, would you like your boy Warstu to do a review for Godzilla -1? I know the whole world's already seen it, but you've not had my take on it. So if I get enough people saying, yeah, let's see what you say, I would do it. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter at WarstuG. And I'll catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch you later.